Hello, friends, and welcome to Take Two for this Wednesday. It's Hump Day, the 25th of August, 2021. I'm Jeannie, and I'm so glad that you've decided to come along for the ride today. It's very interesting. I was on the internet the other day, and I was reading about this woman who was talking about fashion. And she said, I have this little go to black dress that I wear all the time. She says, I have a closet filled with clothing, but for some reason, that's my little go to. And I use it all the time for different things, and I accessorize it differently, etc., etc. But it's definitely my little go to dress. Then I was watching something else about nutrition. And the woman who was talking about nutrition, she was discussing with this doctor about nutrition. And she said, we all have our go to foods. Sometimes it's bad go to foods and sometimes it's good go to foods. I know that when I get hungry, she says, I'm always reaching for that celery because that's my go to snack. She says, but in the past, my go to snack was always reaching for chocolate covered peanuts. And so I don't have that as my go to anymore. Celery is my new go to. And that, I guess, is just a buzz phrase these days, the go-tos. And aren't there a lot of go-tos in our lives? I too can reach into my closet and rummage through stuff, and I have my little go-to shirts that I use over and over again, or my little go-to dresses that I'll use for special occasions repeatedly. And of course, I do have my go-to snacks. Sometimes they're good ones, sometimes they're not so good ones. My point being is, besides food and clothing, there's lots of go-tos we have in our lives. How about go-to attitudes? If you feel like you've been offended, you immediately have your go-to attitude of wanting to get even, or your go-to attitude of being jealous, or your go-to attitude of having impatience. That's a go-to attitude. Those are go-to attitudes that we should probably not have in our lives. How about if we started replacing the same way we could replace bad go-to snacks with good go-to snacks, cash in our chocolate-covered peanuts for celery and that kind of thing, or cherry tomatoes, nice and sweet and delicious, but without all that fat and calories. How about if we cash in some of our old go-to attitudes and change them with good go-to attitudes? How about when you see somebody really get blessed and have something really good and wonderful happen in their lives, instead of your go-to attitude of saying, I wish that would happen to me. I wish I had money like that person has, or I wish I had, so many blessings and good luck like that person has. I don't have it. And your go-to attitude is jealousy. How about your go-to attitude being grateful and thankful for that person and being happy and enjoying and with them that they were blessed that way? That's so much better than being jealous. So I'm encouraging you, boys and girls. I know that you could sit down with a pen and a pen and a pad, and you could make a list of the go-tos in your life that need to be cashed in for other go-tos. And I'm sure that that would make a huge difference because, you think about cursing people when you should be blessing them. It's so much better to be on the correct side of the go-to list than on the downside of the go-to list. Okay, you got it? All right, now go be a blessing to somebody today. You may end up being the only one who is. And remember, on that go-to list, being a blessing is probably so much better than being a curse to somebody. I know for a fact that it is. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler. Hit the subscribe button, that notification bell. I'll notify you every time another Take Two is premiering. Have a blessed and wonderful week, everybody. I love you all very much, and I'm getting ready to grab a pen and a pad, and I think it's time for me to start making my new go-to list. I love you so much. I'll see you next week. Have a great one. Bye-bye.